30 Secrets and Leaks in Fortnite Season 3. Bruno Mars has taken everyone by surprise, but one of the coolest parts is this pose he's pulling off. It is actually the same pose he strikes in the music video for his new song, which is also dedicated to Brazil, just like his set. Now, I'm itching to talk about Bob Belcher because I still can't believe he's in Fortnite, and the best part is, every time you do his grill emote, it'll actually show a different burger of the day on the menu. First, we have the Victory Royale burger, to the down but not out burger. It's a thought of Fortnite terms, and man, every time he cooks one, I get hungry. And the community is also in love with Hank Hill's emote. Look closely and you'll notice he's not drinking beer, it's actually llama soda. While people have been loving this, personally, I'm looking at his description, which says
propane and propane accessories.
This week, we also found out an astonishing piece of news about Donald Mustard. For the longest time, we've always been under the assumption that Donald is the one who kickstarted all of the collabs in Fortnite, and he tried to get the Russo brothers on board for the first Avengers crossover. After all, he spent most of his time at Epic adding all of his favorite childhood characters into the game, and yet we have just learned that in 2018, Fortnite and Donald originally weren't even interested in having collabs. The Russo brothers who phoned up Donald had a 6-hour phone call with him convincing them to do the Thanos LTM. But thanks to them, we are now living in a world where Bruno Mars is secretly bringing Hello Kitty to Fortnite. I mean it. If you look at his t-shirt or his back bling, you'll see a cartoon version of Bruno, which is actually his character in the Sanrio universe. Back bling is even a gacha machine from Tokyo. What about what's next this season? Well, as we all know, Superman is around the corner with his full set dropping in July, and we have now discovered it'll include a pen and ink version. This is for all the comic book readers who didn't want to play as the movie version, but I think all Superman fans are gonna appreciate his mythic. This will be a totally ridiculous item on the same level as Doom's Ultra Armor from last year. Once you turn into Superman, you'll be given laser eyes, a ground slam, a super punch, the ability to fly, an air charge, losing my breath here, faster sprint speed, and even siphon, because why not at this point? You'll also have an animated intro when you turn into him, so I'm guessing there's gonna be only one Superman mythic per lobby, which will be interesting. And so is the Squid Game collab when it drops on June 27th. Yeah, we're this close to joining the game show, and once it arrives, there's gonna be a ton of items in the loot pool. Turns out, one of them appeared in game early. If you drop into reload, you can now find the Red Eye SMG, inspired by the guns the guards use in the show. And the best part is, it's hit scan. Soon, it'll be joined by items directly from Squid Game, like disguises for creative mode, a business card, folded paper to play Dakchi, and stones for the throwing minigame. Now, there is another unreleased item on the map this update. If you went to an academy bunker, you can find this surf cube on the wall. You can buy it for 300 gold, but spoiler alert, it's a scam. This thing isn't meant to be here, so it just steals your money and basically laughs at you. At least it feels like it. So what is the surf cube? Well, this is going to be an item that is finally giving us what people actually wanted when Silver Surfer came to the game. Instead of a glider redeploy, it's an actual surfboard that you'll be able to fly around on. And while buying it from the wall doesn't work, there is a secret way to get this thing early. You can head into the new training ground LTM and just look for a supply drop, where there's a chance you'll get the surfboard for yourself. Turns out, it wasn't long before Epic found this and they vaulted it, so it releases in a couple weeks. Speaking of LTMs, Blitz Royale is only available until July 15th, so for the next 4 weeks, Epic are basically throwing as much content at us as possible. On June 24th, the mode is gonna get an avatar-themed week with bending scrolls, and then after that, we'll get bad bosses that's gonna bring back Kato, Thorn, and Hades. Like, who would have seen that coming? Fitting with the theme, it also means the Vampiric Blade and Chains of Hades are returning, which is a major W. The final week is themed around TMNT, and they'll bring their melee items to the game, along with some insane fan favorites from the past few years, like the Kneecapper, the Typhoon Blade, and Megalodon's Nitro Fists. But it looks like Epic have even more planned, because the files contain a lot of scrap Blitz updates that sound amazing. Like how some of them were gonna be Dragon Ball or JJK, even Mortal Kombat themed. Looks like they settled on Avatar instead, but if Blitz ever returns, I expect these to show up as well. Now, while Fortnite has been going crazy on the details this season, there's one collab that they actually messed up. Robin is our tier 1 outfit, and this version is actually Tim Drake. And nothing wrong with that, except Fortnite then posted a photo of Robin and Starfire on a date overlooking the map. The issue here is Starfire was never with Tim Drake. In fact, she's actually dating Dick Grayson, who is Tim's best friend. This one post started a wildfire in the DC fandom, and all Fortnite had to say was, Starfire can't have platonic friends who also happen to dress up as Robin. Not the best save. Let's get back to how Fortnite actually does get some things right. We've talked about Bob and Hank, but what about Cleveland? Well, his emote is one of my favorite parts of the Father's Day event. Aside from the obvious nod to him being a mailman, this is a reference to his stroll down the block in Mailbox Madness. Now, I love that Fortnite is continuing an Easter egg tradition that players keep forgetting about. You see, every so often, we'll get shrubs cut into statues, and at one point things got so weird they put a chest at a reindeer's butt. Well, now you'll find a more family-friendly secret in the snow region. There's two bush hands playing catch with each other, and every time you drop in, the ball will actually change between them. It's also full of slurp barrels, so you can stop by and actually get something from it. I would avoid checking out the demon portal though, unless you want to be creeped out. This thing has been teasing the end of the season since day one, and if you listen closely, you'll hear this is a Japanese voice, and when you translate it, they're actually saying the name of Asmodeus, the legendary king of demons. Very interesting, because I think we know who's gonna cause the bug invasion next season. It's not the only hidden audio on the map. Go into any of the dorm rooms at Supernova Academy, and you'll hear different songs for each character. Everyone in the Battle Pass has their own theme tune, but if you go into Synthwave's dorm, she's actually listening to More Ghosts and Stuff by Deadmau5, so I guess she's a fan. This completely threw us off for the Fortnite Festival. But I'm more excited about the upcoming unstable items that look beautiful. I mean it. This is the explosive DMR that's gonna pack a serious punch, yet it's so shiny, it doesn't look menacing at all. There's also gonna be the bouncing unstable grenade that'll ricochet 3 times in a row, and I'm so blowing myself up with this frickin' thing. But that is not the only thing to get excited about. A Simpsons mini-season has been officially confirmed, and let me tell you, a lot has been leaked. So first, it'll be dropping this November, and it's gonna be an entirely new reload map. Kinda similar to Squid Games, where we're gonna have themed POIs, skins, weapons, and weekly updates. You already know I'm hoping for a Homer skin, but Bart, he might be a little too small, so maybe he'll be a back bling or even a Sprite. If you're a fan of football or soccer, whatever you call it, the Club World Cup is going on right now, and to promote it, Fortnite are doing another collab with Adidas. This will include some of the most famous teams in the world, like Real Madrid, Man United, Arsenal, and Juventus. I wonder if we'll be able to wear their home kits or if it's just gonna be like a car decal or something. Speaking of soccer, we're only days away from another footballer coming to the game, and this time it is Son from Spurs, who's gonna please a ton of fans. Speaking of things fans have been begging for, there's brand new info about companions. They're said to be the next cosmetic type and will even follow you around in game, but that's not all. We have now learned we'll be able to give them names. All of our old pets will be ported over, and that Crypto himself will be the first drop. That's right, we're actually gonna get to run around as Superman and Crypto. Over at the Icy Lake, you might remember when this place had an X on it, marking the spot. Well, I guess the gnomes and YouTube bots have heard all about it, because they're now here with a boat and telescopes to try and find the buried treasure. Gotta wonder if they'll actually dig something up in the next couple of weeks. Now the robots are also busy in Supernova Academy. They have recently showed up in the gym bulking up. Not really sure what they're training for, maybe an alien invasion. And look, I know that even the mention of the name Star One gives some of you the shivers, but it's about to get a whole lot worse. The sweatiest pickaxe of all time is about to get a special version for FNCS, so rest assured it's gonna be even sweatier. Luckily, you might be able to eliminate tryhards entirely with the new LTM that is in the files. Epic are working on a Fortnite OG casual mode that straight up gives you bot lobbies whenever you want. The catch is that you won't get a victory umbrella or crowns, but it will let you do quests, which is gonna be a lifesaver now that Team Rumble has been deleted, which is really sad. It is gone after 6 years, replaced by Training Grounds, and it's not the only mode that has been changed. Competitive just got a major shakeup after pro players complained about the loot pool because Epic just deleted the base gloves, tracking visor, and Crypto from the mode. Yikes. Now, in our last Secrets video, I showed you how they brought back the Stormtrooper hot tub gag from the original LEGO Star Wars games. Now, we're in a hero season, so this has been secretly changed. If you go here in Brick Life, the sauna's full of lobsters.
Say what?
I think the greatest part about this season is how the next update is gonna add another event. Yeah, the portal at Demon's Domain, it's not for decoration or teases, it's a part of a mini event that'll take us into next season. You really gotta applaud Fortnite for stepping up this chapter. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.